An Airbnb security deposit is an optional feature, something that you can add to your listing where a guest would agree to put on hold with you a couple $100s per se in order to make sure that everything gets paid in case something is broken or stolen. Or so we think that's how a security deposit should work, but that's actually not how Airbnb security deposits work. And this video has been so hard to make for you because I have been having the hardest time getting a straight answer from Airbnb until yesterday. They sent me a few emails and I had a conversation with somebody who is finally forthcoming about the security deposits process. I'm about to show you some emails that they sent me. This is going to help you understand what is a security deposit. How does it work? How can you use it? What can you not use it for? So the pros and cons of a security deposit and what you should plan to do either way, security deposit or not. So this is Rakidzich with Airbnb Automated, and let's talk security deposits. Now this video is sponsored by me, and I need to give you a public service announcement. I'm going to Colombia in about a week and a half. I actually need a videographer for that trip, so if any of you guys know how to shoot with a camera and want to travel, hit me up in the comments. But in the description, I'm going to leave a contact form because not only will I be going to Colombia, but I'll be speaking at an event in Chicago February 22nd, and then immediately after that, into March, I'm going to Japan, and then in April, May, June, I'm going to be going to Europe for mine and my best friend's birthdays. So if you want to meet me while I'm traveling, put it in the contact form so that way if I'm in your city or near it, I can possibly reach out to you and find you wherever you're hosting and come and meet you. It'd be awesome to meet you guys. So contact form is in the description. Let's get back to the video. Now welcome back, Airbnb family. So speaking of security deposits, please, for the security of the future of this video, deposit your like below the video and help with that YouTube algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. We talk a lot about Airbnb here, as you can tell. So today we're talking about security deposits, and let's just jump right into what it actually is. See, guests don't understand what it is either, and this is going to matter big time later on in this video. And hosts are learning that a security deposit doesn't actually charge a guest for anything when they agree to one. So the way a security deposit works for Airbnb is you could advertise a $200 security deposit. And let's say the reservation is $100 for one night, $50 cleaning fee, and a $200 security deposit. The guest will see $350 in the advertised cost of the reservation on the Airbnb platform, but when they go to check out, they'll actually only pay $150. A lot of guests won't get that far because they could get deterred by your $200 security deposit. So this is the first visual con of the security deposit. But people argue this. The pros of that are bad guests won't book with you because they don't want to potentially lose that $200 because they're going to do something wrong. Sure. But also new guests, like new guests with Airbnb who have no reason to believe that they're bad guests, don't want to put that big of a security deposit down because they've been staying in hotels this entire time, and hotels will charge $50 for a security deposit per day for incidentals instead of $200 for the day. So they'll be turned off by that. And then savvy Airbnb travelers who are good guests too, but know that results may vary with hosts, what they'll find is that they may not trust you as a new host to give you that much money on security deposit. They may not want to risk it because they don't know what kind of host you are. So if somebody stayed with you a few times, they might book with you again, but by then you'll know whether or not you need a security deposit for that person. So security deposits in this way can make getting booked harder. There are hosts who successfully implement security deposits. We have a group on Facebook called the Hosts of Airbnb Automated, and a lot of bigger homes, vacation rentals will use security deposits well. And if you want to kind of learn the diverse nature of people utilizing them, feel free to go into that group and chat about it. I'm a volume person. I have 100 listings, and we do a lot of studios and a lot of small transactions, and those security deposits have bigger implications for me personally, but that is my side of the fence and why I've always leaned away from them. But let's kind of get into the facts of security deposits now. Let me show you an email. And we're going to show you a few emails throughout this video, by the way, because it's been hard to get Airbnb to give us straight answers until yesterday. And finally, somebody actually walked me through a lot of this, and we can teach you all this stuff, thankfully. So, email number one, the lady says, "Hey Sean, we cannot charge the guest for this claim of yours because we don't have their permission and you did not collect a security deposit. So please give us proof of damages so that way we can go about the host guarantee process." Basically is what she's saying. And so I get to thinking, I'm like, okay, hold on. So you're saying that we can charge a guest without their permission with the security deposit. So I'm like, please tell me more. Let's talk about this. And she's like, yes, okay, sure, I'll break it down for you. In cases of damage or loss, a guest has already agreed to pay you through the security deposit, so you can just kind of go in and claim it. And then I'm like, okay, so we tried to claim a smoking fee. Are you saying that if a guest smokes in her home, we could charge them the smoking fee with the security deposit? And she's like, no. That's actually not how it works. Again, security deposits are for damages or loss only, not for fees. She's like, but I can teach you about fees. Let me talk about that too. And I'm like, bonus? Okay, cool. So then we get in the side conversation about fees. She's like, for example, let's say you have a pet fee, common one. A pet fee, like some people have pets, some don't. So you'll put a pet fee only for pet owners. And let's say it's in your house rules, which is where it has to be, $50 pet fee. That guest needs to pay that pet fee before they arrive. And if the guest does not pay the pet fee, you can ask Airbnb to cancel their reservation in accordance to your cancellation policy. So what that means is if you have a strict cancellation policy and then the guest doesn't pay their $50 pet fee before they arrive, you can cancel them and they don't get a refund because they did not pay the pet fee and they broke your house rules. For example, that's the example that she gave me essentially. But as soon as that person checks in, Airbnb cannot enforce any fees if they've already checked in. So smoking fees, stuff like that can't really be done because they have to check in and then smoke. But you could advertise this home is smoking for an extra $200 a day if you're willing to pay it, and before they arrive you could collect it. But we don't want smoking. That's why we have a smoking fee as a penalty, right? But I have had Airbnb pay me my smoking fee. I've had Airbnb pay me on the back end part, like pet fees and also an extra cleaning fee for being more dirty than they're supposed to be. So this is actually up for Airbnb's interpretation here. But let's say you wanted to use the security deposit to collect on something like this. You need to prove the associated damage for it. You can't collect the fee, but you can collect costs in relation to the action. So let's say somebody smokes in your home, and your cost to remediate smoke smells is like a $150 rental for an ozone machine, and then you have like 4 hours of extra labor for housekeepers to come in and clean at $35 an hour. That's $270 in cost. If a company bills you that $270 and gives you an invoice for $270 for the rental for the equipment and the housekeepers to come in and do the extra cleaning, then you can charge them $270 with proof with that invoice. And you don't have to do the host guarantee because that is damage related to like labor, right? So that is damages for your company. If they don't have a security deposit because you didn't collect one, you take that same invoice and you can do a host guarantee. So this works too, and this is what we do. So we do so many of these, like even down to $20 or $25. And here, let me actually kind of like soapbox this, because a lot of you may not like this, but it's the hard truth about being an Airbnb host. See, a hotel will charge a card $50 per day for incidentals. Let's say you stay a day and you wreck a set of sheets, like absolutely trash a set of sheets, and they can't recover them. They will bill you for those sheets. They will bill you for damages. But a lot of hosts out there, if the guests ruin a set of sheets, they won't charge the guest for sheets because they think that like they're afraid of a bad review or they think that it's petty. Now, I don't like getting bad reviews, so I try to hold off and charge them a couple weeks later. We've got different videos for that. But I'm telling you right now, do not take a bunch of $20, $40 losses just because you're trying to be a good sport. See, in slow season especially, let's say you only have $20 or $25 of profit on the reservation for a single night stay somehow, right after your cost of cleaning and rents and everything, and somebody does $40 in damages, there goes all of your profit and then some. And this is why you really need to look out for you. You're running a business here, right? You're not running a charity. You can go to the host guarantee and you can charge people for as little as, 10, 20, 25 bucks for little things. The smaller the amount, the more relaxed Airbnb tends to be about this stuff. And sometimes they'll just pay out that money, the 10, 20, 25 bucks without going through a host guarantee process. They're like, you know what? It's small, we'll pay you. But if it starts to get big, let me actually show you another email of an outline of what they want from us for a host guarantee. You need proof of ownership, proof of damage. You need to contact Airbnb before the next guest checks in. And if it's a loss, like a theft for more than $300, you need a police report. So damaged property, if you can show a picture of a damaged TV, that's a $700 TV, you just show it as damaged, that's good enough. But if somebody steals a $700 TV, you need a police report. You can choose to collect a security deposit and be able to chisel away a piece of this, but in my experience, big security deposits scare away small reservations, and we do a lot of small reservations. Big homes, results may vary. Go to the Facebook group to find out more about that, but if you want to cover your tail, you're really going to lean on the host guarantee more than anything else. And I just really recommend you get good at the documentation process and the resolution process for host guarantees. We also have videos on that as well. If you have questions or you want to share your experiences with security deposits, put it in the comments. I know some of you successfully utilize security deposits, and for those, who have those stories, I welcome you to put it in the comments, because we're here to teach people how to run an Airbnb business. And you hosts know just as much as me, so get down there. I'll see you in the comments. I look forward to chatting with you. Thank you for watching Airbnb Automated. Remember to like the video. I'll see you on the other side.
Hi.